Right, I'll see who comes in a minute because I just want to get this off my chest. Right. I haven't got the right colours to do this with on my whiteboard, so we'll just have to improvise. But let's see who's in first. Anyone say hi? Hi, Von Craig. Oh, I enjoyed being on Camelot Castle yesterday. I love anything Camelot Castle-y. Hi, D'Angelo. Now, there's something I want to talk about. I'm just waiting for a few more people to come in. Hi, Paul from Newcastle. That I've been into for a while. And sometimes you don't always have to know something and the ins and outs. You're just innately knowing inside that it's... Hi, Lois and Gavin. It's real, and you don't need to know... You don't need to, like, in a way, search for the facts and figures and everything. It's just there and you know it to be true because it resonates. So, hi, Robert. I know a lot of people know this, but it's just for the people who don't. But this is the way I see it. And sometimes when I'm talking, sometimes I think, do people get it? But I know a lot of you do. I love analogies and metaphors and things like that, because them sort of things, you can't really misunderstand them. You get misunderstood in the words, because as we know, words are spells, and the way certain people put certain things out, 17 in the house and stuff, because it confuses people. But when you look at something from a sort of metaphor or analogy, whatever the right word is, like I said, I'm a bit dyslexic. Hi, Tim. I understand it more, and I know there's a lot of other people that do. So when we talk about the occult, that just means what is hidden. It's not scary, even though some of the occult are not good, because it doesn't mean that people on both sides didn't know. The Luma Donkey, for instance, they're called the Luma Donkey because they're enlightened to the stuff we should know, even though there is a lot of us waking up knowing what this is. Hi, Marilyn. So it's not a scary thing, it just means what's hidden. So I've always been into stuff like alchemy. You could call it a bit witchy, but we're all witches and wizards, you know, when you start learning about energy. Energy is the magic. Energy to me is what the Egyptians knew about. You'd call it magic now. It was science, real science, not pseudoscience. I'm not saying all science is fake, but we know there's badass people out there that say the scientists and this, that, and the other to keep us away from stuff. So it was science then, magic, because people didn't understand what energy was or the realm beyond what we've been taught. Hence, just a little picture to show you, because I have shown these pictures before, because I've been into this for years, but you know, got a bit distracted by the 3D world as well. This picture that you will normally see on a lot of alchemy books, I don't mean this picture, I'm going to show you something else, but just remember this picture of a man and a woman in this vessel, which looks a bit like a chemistry set, because it's all to do with your energies and your chemicals within you. That's what alchemy is. Hi, Katie. I'm not going to say anything in chat because I'll get distracted, but I'll come and say hi in a minute. So this picture, I've shown this loads of times, that you will see normally in something like an occult book, alchemy, whatever. This picture, if you see of the, you could say the pilgrim or whatever, looking through the veil beyond, see all these energies and the planets and everything going on beyond what we've been taught, is how we actually work. And it says at the bottom, seeing through the veil. Well, aren't we seeing through the veil now, us who are on the path of seeing beyond the 3D bullshit? The esoteric pilgrim breaks through the veil of the material, 3D's material world, of which even the visible stars are a part of. Visible stars, what about the things you can't see, and perceives the glorious workings of the heavens, God, source, whatever you want to call it. So then, there's a saying, as above, so below, as within, so without, which to me has many different meanings, because it is the energy within you that you watch, you speak, you talk. If you bring that in, you'll see outside. You know, if you're doing the work within, you'll see that come and manifest on the outside. I'm not going too deep into all this at the minute because I'm not staying on for long. There's also the you'll see it a lot with the tree, as above, so below, because if you think of a tree, and I've drawn a picture somewhere, I don't know where it is at the minute, I always think of the tree, the core in the middle, home, heart, the core of everything. If you think about earth, I always think there's a core going through there. The tree splays out to the heavens, but it also has got its roots that it's the same. It flipped upside down with no leaves on it. It's the same, as above, so below. This is going into your chakras, people. So then, I'm probably getting all this mixed up. I have this book. It's a great book, Astrology. There's a body of a man. So talking as that, yeah, I'm not going to look at chat yet in a minute because I'll get distracted. So if you're talking to someone else, that's fine. I'll check in a minute. There's a body of a man. I'm a Pisces. Pisces are at the bottom. That's for well, it says, an illustration of the zodiac man from the 14th century German astrological manuscript. The figure shows the correlation of the signs of the zodiac with parts of the human body. Man is ruled by the stars. Oh yes, that's what the Bible is. There's a book of the stars. From his head to his feet. One example of the constantly recurring idea of sympathy. But anyway, and each zodiac sign rules a part of, like, where is I don't know if it's on this page actually. Is it on that page or is it on this page? Oh, it might be on this page. Oh, totally gone onto the wrong thing. Hang on. Is it there? I don't think it's on that one. Anyway, not going into that. I'm just saying, hi Eve, I'm just saying, it says there, man is ruled by the stars. So, then we go into the chakras. This is about, you know, calming yourself down. Now, here is man. Here is the chakras. Remember what that book just said? Man is ruled by the stars. In the heavenly bodies above the planets, and I'd say some 7 planets, I'm going to show you now. I'll show you the picture and then I'll draw it out. You know, Santos Benici does great chats on this. Most people know this, like I said, it's not new to a lot of us, but I'm just trying to explain to people who are feeling a bit lost or with anxiety with what's going on, what they're seeing going on right now. Here is a sine wave. You've got, actually, I don't need to draw it because you can see it. I thought I might need to draw it, but you've got the 7 planets there. Funny that, isn't it? Because this is a bodily, the bodily planets affect our bodily bodies. We are all connected. So there's the wave. If you connected it back up, it'd be an 8, wouldn't it? It'd be the infinity sign. Some people go on about other planets. I'm not interested in that. 7 planets, why? Well, chakras, isn't it? They're the energies of the planets affect our bodily energy centers. Yeah, can you see that? It's not no coincidence. And if you actually look into what I'm not going to go into now because people need to do their own research. If you actually look into what planet affects, like planets will have plants tied to them. They'll have certain things tied to them, like you know, certain things that go on within them planets, and especially what go on within them planets when they're in retrograde. It all affects us. So if you know about your energies and how it affects you, and that's why that side will work off. They know this. They're into astrology. They're enlightened to what's going on beyond the veil. You know, there's good people and bad people that know about this. It's how they siphon the energy. But what I'm trying to say is if you look at this as above, so below, the as above, and there's the below. So what is below? They try to keep us in the energies of below, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. These chakras, the above chakras, obviously going into the throat or even higher, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakra. This is where we're trying to ascend. This is what we're trying to ascend to from the base chakra, because mostly it doesn't mean these chakras are bad at all or evil. It just means normally when you're in the lower chakras, especially base, you're more in the 3D, the material, the fear. This is the fear. But when you start to ascend and get your energies in alignment, you start to ascend up to the violet white crown chakra, enlightenment. But there's more beyond that. There's more beyond that. It doesn't stop there. This is just like our bodies. I believe there's more than that. A lot of people talk about that. But ours at the minute, we're trying to ascend up. These chakras can move out when they're not in alignment. That's why the mainstream media put the crap out to keep you down here so you don't ascend and you don't truly realize what you are. Yeah. Like I said, the root chakra, if you have never looked into chakras or anything or think it's a bit woo-woo, don't call them chakras then. That puts a lot of people off. It's your energy centers. We are all energy. Get a good little chakra book and just look into it, because you will notice if you go, oh, look, there's a rainbow. I saw a double rainbow yesterday. It was beautiful. If you get yourself a little book, and it doesn't have to be dear, that's why I'm saying colour is the spice of life. You will see, for instance, let me try and find, and that's why colours are so important. Fluoride point. No, it doesn't. We've talked about fluoride before. I drink distilled water, but yes, it calcifies your pineal gland. Trying to speak to people like this who are, I'm sorry to say this word, muggle, is very hard, because I have muggles around me all the time, and that isn't a horrible name to call someone. It's, I don't know what to say. People who say, oh no, it's not this, it's not that. The people who don't look into it, they don't understand it, and that's fine. Hopefully they will get there, but it's so hard having conversations with people. Let me just, right, I've got this book and I've got another one, and the other ones I've got that, but yeah, it's a good book, and I've got a mini one as well. See if I can find it. Oh yeah, this is a great little one, and they're only from the works in UK. I've seen so many rainbows. I mean, think about the rainbows and the rainbow tribe, and it's a good luck sign as well and all that. I just love it. So this little book's brilliant because it's got a few more little Satan, a few more little diagrams, and I love things with pictures on because I'm very visual. But if, say for instance, you went to the root chakra, oh no, that's the throat chakra. Is that the throat chakra? Where's that one? Right, let me find it. I think, is that it? Yeah. So, just looking at the... Yeah, it says in here, the root chakra, just on a little bit of the root chakra, it says, the root chakra is concerned with keeping life vibrant and sustainable. It focuses on shelter, sustenance, I can't say, and the things that keep our lives moving along. Hang on a minute, birds are too loud. Oi! Which I think we say is that flight or fight mode, isn't it? When you're too in that, oh my God, what if, where the money's coming from, what's this? It's not all about that. We have 7 chakras, so it's not all about that. Keep moving along. It flourishes with levels of security that keeps chaos and evil far from our door. And ultimately, it is concerned with having the patience to see our dreams come true. Yeah. But there's all different things that, like I said, it's not a bad chakra. It's just we have to move out of it as well. We have to get in alignment with all of them. Where's... It said something about fearing. Where is it? Fearing. We lose energy fearing for our existence. That's what a lot of people are doing at the minute. But like I said, if you pick up a good book on the chakras, if you've never looked into it before, I'm just trying to find... So you got the throat chakra. It'll tell you what the throat chakra, you know, is connected to. Obviously, the throat chakra is your throat. What colour? And if you're seeing that colour as well, it might mean you need to do something like throat chakra is speaking out, speaking your truth. But this is why we say, as above, so below. We're trying to get more into the higher realms. I would personally say the higher realms, the higher state of consciousness is these up this end, which is throat, third eye, crown chakra. Not getting away from these. We're just trying to rise up because we've been too down here. We're pushed down here all the time by media. And I would say, as above, so below. If it's all about balance, then you have to come in balance with I think it's the solar plex. Whereas that's not the way you get your gut feeling. That's the balance down there. So when those two, if you think about it, if the sine wave goes into an 8 and it meets there in the centre, could say, back to centre, it hits the solar plex. Is it the solar plex? So people have got to realise your body, I'll show you again on the other picture if I can find it, your body, solar plex. So there's a solar plex, but lay down, obviously. With the sine wave, it would meet back in centre in the solar plex to be in balance. So think of your body, like I showed the picture before. You are your body's a vessel, and it looks like a chemistry set glass because it is, because you're the vessel. And when you start seeing things on mainstream media, whatever it is, people out there in the real world, you know, blah 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 blah, in that material world, I wouldn't say that's the real world, but when it's making all your chemicals go, oh, I don't know, and making you angry and all, that's all your chemicals because of your emotions, because you've seen something or heard something or watched something or someone said something, all bubbling up. So when you learn to get in alignment, some of those things aren't going to affect you as much. They know that. We always say they. And the mainstream media who own the mainstream media know that as well. That's why they put a lot of fear out to get your chemicals all bubbling away. So you're either getting too angry. Like we say, there's not... Base chakra and stuff like that are not evil. You do need them things, but they need to be in balance. All of them need to be in balance. When they're not in balance, your body's not working properly. If your body's not working properly, you're not healing properly. That's why they know. That's why they put fear out all the time. So, you know, I'm just trying to say, yeah, I do know a bit about Reiki, and that's why I say I get a lot of tingles in my head and my fingers, and I've actually been talking to someone about Reiki. I've got a book on it, your energies. But like I said, your energy centres, your chakras are your energy centres. If they're out of whack, you don't feel that well, and you have to check those areas. That's why meditation is good. But I was trying to explain this to someone today, and it just made me think, I know there's a lot of people out there who know about this. You know, when you're looking into certain stuff, the people who don't look into it aren't going to see it. They aren't going to believe it because they're not having experiences in it. It's all about experience. But we all do know that we are like this. We are basically a vessel. And our emotional body gets disrupted when there's a lot of fear and stuff going out. Afternoon, Dolly. They try and bring. Yeah. Hi, CJ. And I was talking to CJ on Instagram yesterday, and we were talking about a few bits about the awakening and how, I've said before, even people on queue, some people on queue don't realise that they need to come away from certain stuff and move forward. It's, yeah, the balance family. It is. And I don't know if I've explained that properly, but it's like I've said, me, myself, and my higher self, don't need to go into the facts and trying to explain what it is, because I know within me exactly what alchemy is. I might not be able to explain it properly. Like someone might say, you haven't said this, or you've missed that out, or that's not right. Well, within me, I know what it is, innately know what it is. It is alchemy. Like I said, the Egyptians knew. But if you look back in time, if they saw something, hi Dave, they would say, oh, that's magic, or the witches were burned at the stake. What for? Because they knew about energies and they knew about nature. And they knew that certain things would make people react because of what they were seeing and hearing. And that's why the mainstream media pump out a lot of crap more than they pump out anything else. So when you start realising to turn away from that, and like I said, get a book, it's not always about, it is about facing your fears, because I was talking to someone today, but it's not about, I'm not talking about facing your fears of different things, like going for a new job or something. I'm talking about sometimes when you're just in that energy and you don't know why. And that's why I say get a book, write down, I'm feeling fearful. You can look into it. It might be something in the muggle world, but it could just be, like I've said, fear. What's the opposite of fear? Love, right? Go and do something you love, and it will take your mind off that and take you out of that that energy. That's why you need to start, aligning your energy centers. So, yes, I'm not talking about that at the minute, Dave. I'm just saying, but that's why people need to look into certain things. There's no point saying to people it's not true if you actually haven't looked into it, looking into it, working on it, researching, and having those experiences yourself. People can talk about it and say, I know, not because they're like, yeah, I know, because I've just watched one video, and it's because they're having that experience. It's like me with the orbs, and Camelot Castle want me back on to talk about that, which is great. I know it's not what people are saying it is when they go, oh, it's dust, because I'm experiencing something with it, and a communication with it. Doesn't have to be a physical, what we would call a physical communication, because that realm isn't physical in the sense of how dense we are. And I just thought I'd show you this because it'll probably freak some people out. This was my nana's, and I know my nana's around me all the time. And I just found a picture the other day as kids where I was sat on a knee, and she had a blue dress on, and it was turquoise again because it's that turquoise colour, which is very relevant for today. She wasn't Jewish, but this is the star. She brought it on holiday somewhere. But if you actually know what this stands for, instead of what people are saying it stands for and shouting out certain words that are absolute rubbish, that's where they need to get re-educated, because they're only regurgitating what other people say and shouting certain words out. I mean, to look at the actual star itself, I have explained this before, one of the things you see straight away is a triangle down, earth, and a triangle up, ether. They're both connected because we are both connected to the spirit realm. It's about the spirit realm. It's about that realm that they try to tell us that isn't there, beyond the veil of illusion, deception, whatever you want to call it, doesn't really matter to me. When you stick your head through that and start realising there's things out there that we can't always see, we feel it. I looked out last night and I put my hand out because we were looking at stars and they were proper twinkly. They're just looking even brighter to me at the minute, and I could see my aura around my hand, not through a camera. 33 in the house, Christ consciousness, and number 8, infinity. And even trying to talk about Christ consciousness to people, they take it literally like, oh, it's a religion, you're talking about Jesus. No, I wasn't talking about, because I don't believe it was a literal guy per se, and even if it was, he would have only been putting out the truth like what we're trying to do. It's a consciousness. Christmas, this came in my head the other day. We all know Santa wears red. It's not the whole thing about Christmas. People have got to realise that you know, they're pushed through the media, as we know, to be consuming, consuming, consuming. That's why Christmas, people go, oh, I've got to have a bigger present and I've got to spend loads of money. No, you don't. I make a lot of stuff now. No, you don't. Christmas to me now is totally different. It's not Santa, and I don't really want anything to do with Santa-y pictures. I've got a few Christmas cards that are coming that may have a few bit of Santa-y bits on it, but I'm going to be trying to do designing my own different sort of Christmas cards. Christmas cards. Because I've been doing a few, but these aren't my drawings, so I will be doing some with drawings. But they'll be going up on my Instagram shop. But 3 in a pack, getting ready for Christmas. I am going to be drawing some out as well. Think of it like Christmas. Now I think, let's look at the word. This is just me thinking out loud. Watch this. So, you know, when I see the tree, the Christmas tree is a bit of a triangle, isn't it? A triangle. And me seeing a higher perspective of what's going on there. But there's another reason why they cut trees down when you think about it now. But I'm not even going to go into that one. So, Christmas. Has the word Christ in it. Mass. Christmas. You know, some people go, yeah, it means this, it means that. In my little head, to me, I see it as we are all Christed. We're all from, you know, source anyway. When we start aligning our chakras, we become Christ-like, enlightened. The mass, I see it as we are the mass. So at Christmas, the Christ Mass, us, get together to celebrate the Christmas. We're really celebrating life. We're celebrating us. We're celebrating, you know, we give gifts, yeah, but we don't have to be spending loads of money. That's what they try to turn it into. It's all about money. I'm getting a better present than you. You've got to spend this much and this much. Because you hear it all the time with parents. I've got to get my kids this. They play with the cardboard boxes at Christmas. It's not about that. It's about giving a gift, maybe of gratitude, appreciation, even if it's handmade or whatever. I like doing that now. And you're just giving a gift because it's the gift of Christmas. It's just, do you know what I mean? Don't know if anyone understands, but that's how I now see Christmas. I'm bringing in my own new way of doing Christmas. And I think I might have to make my own decorations. But you can still enjoy it and still have the Father Christmas thing going on and all this, that, and the other. But that's how I see it now. Christmas. That's why in America, a few years ago with the Democrats, they were shouting out, they don't want anyone saying Merry Christmas. Well, what the hell's wrong with that? But they don't want that. And they want people to say Xmas. Cutting out the Christmas. So let's bring Christmas back. Happy Christmas. Christmas. That just came into my head the other day and I thought, well, yeah, it's the mass of us. We celebrate once a year, us, everybody, the one, the Christ, but we are from Christ. We are from the one. So when we celebrate Christmas, as some people say it is, oh, we're celebrating, you know, God, we're celebrating ourselves because we are part of the one. And it's not about gift giving as in how much money you spend, how many items you get in, and you know, have you spent more than that person over there because that means that doesn't mean anything. That's not the thing about love and you know, just giving a gift giving's nice, but not in the sense of they've tried to get in, of consumerism. And then everyone's skint after Christmas and they're in debt because that's what they want you to do. They want you buying on your cards, buying presents, big presents for you, trying to outdo your next door neighbour. It's absolutely ridiculous. We've all been there. You know, when you actually look at it. Now you could look at your tree as, there's you know, we come from this all the way up to the top where we're enlightened. Could adorn your tree with like chakra colours or something, celebrating yourself with that tree. But then again, I did hear someone say once about the the cutting down of trees. And look how many trees we're cutting down then for Christmas. A Christmas tree's nice, but as John Maplin said, there's a lot of trees getting planted. But think about the trees around the world that are getting cut down just for Christmas. If you know how important trees are, that's a bit of a, when you think about it, a bit of a sacrifice and a bit of a, they know what, you know, how important trees are. But let's celebrate Christmas and cut the trees down and try and make it about money all the time, and it's not the same. But yeah, that was just me thinking out loud. Thinking out loud. Love these videos, like chat and knowledge all rolled into one. Oh, thank you, Katie. The gift of life. I just see things a lot differently, and I try to put it across the way I understand it, and I don't always know if it comes out, because I know people around me in the material world don't always get what I'm saying, and it's only people that are sort of on the same wavelength get what you're saying, even if it sounds like you're talking in code. So I will say hi to everyone on chat, so because my dad's coming soon. But like I said, you are a vessel, and the higher realms of existence are up here. It's all right to be down there, but you can't be in your lower energy centers all the time. That's a lot of fear mongering. They're not bad. They have the certain roles that they play, but the center is your solar plex, and that's where they normally say have a gut feeling about something. That's where you feel something. But we're trying to rise and trying to be Christ-like. So we know not to get affected by a lot of stuff, because I'm still seeing a lot of friends out there who are still doing stuff on the fear that's going on at the minute, and we're supposed to be coming away from that. But like I say, if you have anxiety about stuff, you really need to get off the internet and stop looking at stuff. If you've never looked into chakras, get yourself a lovely little book, watch a few videos, be careful who you're watching sometimes, and just learn about the chakras and those energies, because wherever you may have anxiety, it may be in one of the lower chakras or the chakras, and if you start working on that and meditating on it, you can move out of it and start aligning your chakras, and you're going to feel better. That's why I say colours are a lot to do with the way you feel as well, how they make you feel. But yeah, I just felt like I needed to come on and sort of say that. So if you didn't know about the whole, you've got the celestial bodies above us, there's a bodily embodiment up there, a big body. Like I said, with the 7, and I'm saying 7's always following me around. It's always followed me around. My nana passed away on the 7th of the 7th, 2017. So 7, heaven. So like I said, if you've just come in, there are the planets, the 7 bodily planets, the sine wave, center point is solar plex, as above, so below. You've got to align all these and get them into alignment. But the as above, the higher realms of existence, realms as I like to call it, are here, the realms. So might not be explaining it brilliant, but within me, I know, I just know with that. Dolly, you keep getting knowledge from higher source and you share. Yeah, I mean, I watch stuff and I take things in and I resonate with stuff, and then it resonates with me inside. I'm like, yes, I understand that. Trying to talk to other people sometimes is like, that's why I have to come on here and talk to you lot in chat, because I'm like, it's very frustrating to try and get something across to people when they don't get it. Very hard. And like I said, it's a knowing. It's like the film The Knowing. You don't need to know the facts and figures and this, that, and the other. It's a knowing. You resonate with something and you're like, yeah, I get it. Sometimes you'll go along and there might be something you resonated with the last year or the year before. You don't need it now. It helped you at the time, but you don't need it now. So what I'm trying to say is, please, when you're feeling anxiety, check your chakras. Breathe deep through your nose and out through your nose. Breathe deep. Go and do something else. Do a bit of meditating. Just sit. A lot of people can't sit and just be quiet. You just think, I'm just going to chill and see what comes in. You will get thoughts, but you've got to just watch the thoughts go. Thoughts are just thoughts. They're not always you. They come from other places sometimes. So, Katie, Effie, Dolly is definitely from the same place we are. We are all back connected. Yeah, together we all found each other again. I've just wrote in a book of gratitude today, because I've started writing in my book of gratitude, that I am so grateful for meeting, speaking, connecting to people of this vibration, because it's like soul fam. It's like say we've all come back and we're all connecting. That's why people are dotted about all around the world. You know, people will watch me and go, what's she talking about? I don't get it. They switch off and it's like, you don't get it because you're not tuning into that. That's okay. We're not saying it's wrong. It's just you're not going to see something if you're not looking, and if you're not into it. You know, if you're not looking, you're not going to see it. So yeah, create love and create developing cultures. And this is why I say the world's going to change, because there's lots of people out there that are doing the work and they're wanting to bring new things in, solutions. I've said this before, different ways of doing things. Small businesses, but small businesses to help to pump out vibrations of this, that, and the other. It's all happening. Yeah, I'll show you mine because I got it from the works. If anyone's from the UK. What are you two shouting like that? Just screaming at? No, and that's why I can't wait to get on Camelot TV again, because he wants to do an interview about like trees, what trees are. That's why I love Lord of the Rings with the trees when they come, orbs, and all that sort of good stuff. And that's why when I make my jewellery to sell, they'll always have some sort of crystals on it, because crystals are alive as well. You've only got to think of the film Superman, and I know some people are going to go, what? What did Superman do? I've said this before and I'll say it on John's programme again on Camelot. Superman had a crystal when he made his crystal home, and he put the crystal into, slotted it into the crystal thing, and he saw his family. What that was saying was crystals hold information. His family had passed, because you go to another form of energy. His family had passed, and when he put that in, it was reading the memory of the crystal, which to me is like frozen water. It's like solid water. Water's a fluid crystal. We have crystal in our body. We drink water. We are made up of water. So Superman, if you look at it as an analogy, it's the story. That's why people go, in films, it's so hard to say to people, there's so much stuff in films and people think you're batshit crazy. It's like, it's all there. They try and tell you, but in a different way. They think they're telling the truth. But people can laugh all they want. He put the crystal in, and his mum and dad pops up to tell him who he was, what powers he had. Like power, we have powers, and the crystal holds information. If anyone comes in after and thinks that's funny, you only have to go and look at Dr. Emoto, and do the Dr. Emoto experiment. I've done the Dr. Emoto experiment 3 times, and I've done it twice on YouTube. So I said it's all from experience that you learn things. So yeah, and trees are like beings. They hold a lot of, that's why they're called wise. They've been here for centuries. They're very healing as well. So yeah, we are all time travelers, dollies, and old soul. I've been told that about an old soul before. And we are time travelers. If you think about, some people can say it's this way. If you think about, I do believe in reincarnation. So if you're being reincarnated again, you are coming back from the past to the future. You keep coming in, but then you wake up to remember, you're like, oh, this is starting to make sense of, this is what happened in my life when I was younger, and that happened and that happened, and what's this connection with trees that I've got is what? And then this happened and that happened and that happened. And then my nana just seems to have this star that she bought on holiday. No, she's not Jewish, but actually this symbol means a lot more, and it's not to do with the Rothschilds. They just know, they revert everything. So it's bonkers, but it's absolutely amazing. And I know CJ, when I was talking to you yesterday, we were like, do you know, it's so amazing. Your friends think you're crazy, but they're starting to come round now, and they're starting to see the illusion that's been put there, the deceit and everything. To see 31 and 13 flipped round, as I said, 31 in chat and 13. Numbers are a massive thing. The way that spirit realm connect and talk to you is through numbers, synchronicities, and people go, what? And it's like, once you start learning, you start knowing. So it doesn't speak to us in a sort of physical sense. It could be this person, this man. It speaks to you. That's why you keep seeing certain numbers, certain things. You have to look into it yourself. I'm not here to do it for people. I'm just here to talk about tree is a Taurus field, because that's why when you look at the tree, out like that and out at the bottom as above, so below, it's a Taurus field. Everything has a Taurus field. That's why I'm saying with the whole mask wearing thing, stand 2 meters away, whatever. They know your Taurus field of energy goes out quite far, so it can hit another person. That's why you say, I can feel that person's vibes. That's why they're trying to split you. It ain't working. We're too strong. See what some of you are saying. So I know some of you will resonate exactly with what I'm saying, even if it sounds like I'm not saying it right, or get silly comments later, you know. It's like, I don't need to. I know myself, so... My best friend was a tree when I was younger, when I was a little girl, so... I used to dance around it. It was called Mr. Oak Tree. And then I found out that like I said before, my surname, Shield, had an oak tree on it with 7 acorns on, which I said about the number 7. So, and it said, may your tree reign in heaven, or something like that. So it's not a coincidence, is it? Everything is in plain sight. You just have to see the eye. Exactly. And those who don't have the eyes to see will turn around and say, it's nonsense, blah, 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 because, and some people just don't want to, and that's fine. We've all lived previous lives to bring to this existence. Yeah. Do you remember when I did that HCQ thing on Unbiased and on the Fence, the holistic healing thing and all that, all them lives that I went through, and I was like, and then the top was great. My nana was there as well, and my granddad. Yeah, I was an old soul. Yeah. I mean, Nana always loved the colour turquoise. That's why I have everything about turquoise, but that is a very spiritual colour. And if you look into that, it's very relevant. A lot of people have been going on about that recently. And a picture that I found recently, it was quite an embarrassing picture from way back, obviously, because I am 43. So it was at some, oh God, the hairstyle's well embarrassing, but there you go. My mum, my nana, that's me sat on my nana's knee, because I was really close to my nana, that's my sister. She sat in the turquoise again. So, yeah. It's like, yeah, and but what you will see is all the stuff that's going on now about the Hillary emails and all that. We all know it's coming. Mike Pompeo has talked about that and everything. And I'm not even looking at that at the minute. I just, obviously I know it's going on, but I'm like, well, now it's time to see through this. See through their bull crap, and let's see what's beyond the bull crap, because that's why they keep us down, because they know there's more things and bigger picture out there than what we've been taught at school, because we're not actually taught anything. We're not taught how to live a life. We're not taught about the spirit realm. That is why they put loads of films out there in that I've never been into, never, and I wonder why now. Horror films and death and ghosts and stuff like that, because they want you scared of the other world that resides with us as well. The one that you normally can feel, you don't always see, but people are beginning to see, because they're tuning into that frequency. It's a radio station, like I said before. Other people around you are not going to see it because they're watching BBC One. We're watching BBC Three. We're not really watching, because I don't watch TV, but you know what I'm saying. They're watching BBC One. They can't see BBC Three. IT3, whatever it's called, that's how old I don't know, because they're tuned into BBC One. Some are starting to go, oh, hang on a minute, what's going on over here? And they're like, oh, so like I said, people can't say something's not true or it's bullcrap if you're not tuning into it, and that's your choice. But you can't say to someone it's not real, because in my reality it is, because that's what I look into, and that's more what I tune into to that. But there's a balance, like I said. But I look at that, I know that, but I also know this is going on, and this is quite important. But it's still bringing back into the balance, because that needs to come in, and that is what's coming in. Bit like you said, nothing can stop what's coming. Damn right, nothing can stop what's coming. Yeah, 5D. We're not. What is it? 5G, whatever they're trying to pump out. That's got Nikola Tesla. So I'm just saying, I'm buzzing again, because I'm just speaking to people, and they know, and they're coming out, and the journey matches up with what I've experienced, and there is exactly the same experience. If we all come through the trauma, blah 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 blah, and we all, and it's just amazing, and I'm absolutely loving it. So my book is, I got if you're in the UK, the works. I got this little book of gratitude, and I've been writing in it, and I like it because it's got your little I'll show you your little, see, I've been writing about the your little today I am grateful for, and the day, and then at the bottom 3 things you're grateful for. So that's an easier way to get into gratitude. Gratitude every morning or evening. I do it in the morning. Sometimes if I forgot, I'll do it at night, but making sure I'm putting the gratitude out there. Because like John Maplin was saying on the Camelot Castle, you know, about trees and that, they give a lot out, they give a lot of healing, but we don't give a lot back. I don't mean we, chopping them down, this, that, and the other. They are the lungs of earth. And I said, never mind bees dying off. If they go, we're all buggered, you know what I mean? So that's why it's always the tree of life. If you think of Jack and Jill as well, not Jack and Jill, Jack and the Beanstalk, oh, it went up to the heavens, didn't it? And even if people are into petrified trees and they've seen all that look like the mountaintops that are cut off, don't look like mountains when you really look into them. No, it sounds mad. They look like giant trees. Were the giant trees maybe pillars, like columns? Who knows? But I know they don't tell us the truth. And people will say, oh, you think everything's been lied to? Yeah, a lot of it has. I'm not saying there isn't truth out there, but a lot of history is absolute rubbish. It's been twisted. So like I said, you've got to get your as above, so below, your chakras into alignment. And like this, a lot of it's to do with astrology. That's what people don't get. And then they go off into what your star signs. It's not just about your star signs, astrology. It's about the planets and what they rule and the energies they rule over and the dominions, the domains they rule over, and us. And if you know not to feed into that, you can sort of manipulate and get round things. But, you know, there's the realm there. There's the plane. It says there, you know, the plane. And it says the man is ruled by the stars. Well, that's simple to me. It's like I've said, the Bible's a book of the stars when you look at it a different way. As I go, twisted sister, we ain't gonna talk about, we ain't gonna take it. So my favourite tree is oak trees. So yeah, I just thought I'd jump on and say that because I just felt like I had to, because I know there's a lot of people out there who are still, you know, getting anxiety, they're still fearing. It's like take yourself away from that and maybe start looking into other things. And, you know, we live on a plane. Yeah, I say we do. Different planes of existence. So, and it is like you can see the divide right now, you know. It's very strong. But like I said, if you get yourself a good chakra book, if you've never looked into it, and just look into it. There's no harm in looking into it. If you don't resonate, you don't resonate, and that's fine. But there's a lot, you know, I do believe in this. I've always believed in stuff like this since a child. Got distracted like we do with life. And this is an old book. This one is an old book. The older the books, the better. Why do you think they tried to burn the books, the book burning days? They don't want people picking things up. And like I said, they do put it in films. But anyway, I'm going to go because my dad, the waxman's coming soon. You know, it's like Santos Bonici. If you haven't seen Santos Bonici, go and start with his videos. They're brilliant. Some people don't understand how he talks. I do. Like Charlie Freak says, the 12 star signs, and then what in the Bible, they've got the 12 disciples. I mean, and the columns, your temples. That's why they worship in a temple. I get all that. Temple, third eye. So, just saying, 7 tears are flowing into my river, 7 tears are running. Yeah, and grounding is a great tool. Like CJ told me the other day, he does meditating, and as he's meditating, cushion everywhere. That's why I need to make some more meditation cushions up. I've got one at the minute that's going for sale. But yeah, so yeah, Santo's a bit brilliant. I came across him a few years ago, loved him, and Charlie Freak, you know, knows him and does things with him because they talk. But when you actually sit and listen to it, all makes sense, and that's what I've always thought anyway. But people just look at you like, what? It's like, well, tell Waxman hello. I will tell you what. I will tell him hello. He's not been in for ages, but yeah. So I'm gonna go because I've got a few bits to do and stuff to do. And my dad's coming, but I just thought I'd put that in there, and hopefully it's gonna help people. Like I say, don't let things that you're gonna see a lot now, even though you know you're gonna see it. disrupt your vibration. There's a lot of people that are going to shout out and say things to try and bring your energy down. Or people, even when you're talking about this sort of stuff, and you're like la 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 la, and people say things and they don't mean to, but sometimes it brings them down. It's just because they're not in that. They're not in that place. They're not in that vibration. Doesn't mean they won't get there. They will. But at the minute, it is hard to see if someone can't see something and you can, and then they'll go, it's not true, and you're like, well, it is to me, and it's like back and forth. It's like, well, yours is true and mine is true, but I'm experiencing it, so to me it's true. So the positivity in here. Thank you, Michelle. Well, yeah, well, that's what I like to give. If anything, I just like to give positivity because I see what's going on in the world and I see how people are thinking and what they're doing and how they're getting themselves into the fear factor. And that's what they feed off. So even when we talk about stuff, I try not to talk about it too much with all the what's going on with the heinous stuff, because the more you, like I said, you've got to be aware, but the more you keep talking and talking and talking about it and not coming from it, you're still feeding their agenda, because the thing is fear anyway. So that's why I know about Q and all that stuff and I support Trump, but I don't constantly go on about the children, this, that and the other, the adrenochrome, blah, 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 because we know about that. I can't keep sitting in that, because even myself, if I was sat in that energy all the time, it'd bring me down. I know we have to move on. That's how we make solutions. You don't move on and make solutions sitting in that energy constantly. We know shit's going down. We know it's all coming out. Trust the plan. So we've got to focus on helping others, pushing forward through these times of when they wake up to this, we'll be helping, but the solutions come after. There is a massive pile of crap underneath that carpet that they've been sweeping underneath, and we're tripping over it. So people can't say it's not there, because it is, and it's about to get pushed out, because too many people are tripping over it now, and that's what we're waiting for, because we're going to help people. So yeah, we awakened. Yeah, we awaken in our own times. I said to, I think it was CJ the other day, we waken in our own time. We're meant to wake up at certain times because that's how it was meant to happen. It's the best way to happen. If we all awakened all at once, can you imagine how you felt before you go? How you felt when you first woke up? I was so angry, because you go through the angry stage before you come to peace within, when you start going within. Can you imagine us all waking up at that time, the masses? It would be like the purge, even though we're going through the purge, but everyone would be like killing each other. It'd be that they'd want that. And I know some people will say, well, that's what's happening now if the Q team's going to bring it out. No, there isn't, because there's a balance. There's people that know. And when you look at people going, well, you went through all that. Why are you still, you seem quite bright, and cheery and at peace. What did you do? And we'll go, we did this, blah, 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 blah. And that's how we get through it. Yep, the time is now. So, hope you got what I said at the beginning. But I just felt like I had to come and put that on right now. And when I feel like putting something on at the time, I'll just come on, drop everything and come and do it, because that's what I feel I'm being told to do. So, oh, thank you, Effie. Yes, if you'd like to make a coffee donation, Effie's put it in chat. That's just a coffee donation on PayPal. You don't have to. But if you want to make an energy exchange, because that's all it is, you are very welcome to. But it's just there because sometimes people ask and sometimes people want to. And that's all it is. Because I have to get my energy up to come on here to have a bit of a chat. So like I said, I'll see you Monday, and where we go one, we go all. And just keep flowing, people, because I'm feeling really good today. I saw them a double rainbow yesterday, and that was a bit of a sign for me in my mind. It's great. So it's raining today and everything, but so what? Guy needs a drink, don't she? So but like I said, because I'm talking to people behind the scenes, the people in the muggle world, they're like, oh yeah, it's just because, and I'm like, no, I'm speaking to people behind the scenes. I know what's going on. People are telling me the stories and it's matching up. Synchronicity. It's not coincidence. It's happening. So, yeah. So, everybody in chat, Effie, Revel, Julie, Katie, John, Eve. See if we can get some names in. Dave, Danny, Fawn, Craig. Who else did I see? Did I say John, Carol, Michelle, CJ, and any of your friends that might be watching. Reveler. Oh, thanks for the song, Reveler. It was good. Robert. Did I say Julie? Lou. I'm not going to go all the way up because I'm just... right, and I will stop there. Effie, anyone who was further up, thank you for coming in. And yeah, just keep vibing, and don't, if anyone brings you down in a vibration, just bring yourself back up again. Go and do something you love, or just get them thoughts out of your head, whatever it was that they brought you down, and just think, right, okay, that's them, this is me. Keep vibing high. Okay, so I will see you soon. Bye.